I'm so fucked after that. Seriously. What the fuck, Farhan? It's my first time and you make me follow up that guy? Holy shit, dude.
Yeah!
That's some devilish shit right there, dude. So I've been probably going through a midlife crisis. I'm 42, single, no kids. You guys are already so sad. Why are you guys so sad, dude? So I've been reading a lot of self-help books. I've been watching Oprah reruns. I just been trying to get my shit together, you know, like just trying to fucking figure shit out. I don't want the second half of my life to be a crisis. So first half was definitely a crisis. So I'm trying to figure out like what's the move, right? So, man. So I've been reading all these self-help books, like YouTube, like I told you guys, and nothing's helped. Like, I'm just still like a fucking loser. And so I was like, yo, you know, like I'm LA brokish. You know what LA brokish is? I came up with that term. LA brokish is like you're rich in Idaho, but you're really broke in LA. And so I'm like moving and like I was sitting in a hot tub one day and I was like, none of this shit works. Like self-help books, Oprah reruns, none of this shit's like giving me the move to like make the second half of my life like not a crisis, you know? So I was sitting in a hot tub and I was drinking a spicy mango margarita. Self-made, by the way. And after my fourth spicy mango margarita, listening to Yellow Coldplay by myself in the hot tub, super lonely and depressed, I was like, I think I might have a fucking solution to my problem. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna volunteer to old people's home. Because old people don't give a fuck. They'll tell you what's wrong with you before you even know what's wrong with you. So like grandparents and all that bullshit. So like I checked into old people's home, I volunteered, and my first assignment was to lead a game of bingo. And I was like, fuck man, like, all right, let's do this. And so I yelled out the number 5. It's the first number I yelled out. And Dorothy from the wheelchair back in the fucking bingo room was like, bingo. I'm like, what the fuck? In my head. I was like, I only yelled out one number. So I let it slide. I gave Dorothy another chance. I was like, Dorothy, you gotta get your shit together. I looked at Dorothy in the eye. I was like, well, fucking Dorothy, dude. And so I was like, Dorothy, I'm gonna give you one more chance. I'm gonna yell in one more number in my head. All this shit's in my head, right? So I'm like, 10. And Dorothy yells out, bingo! I'm like, motherfucking Dorothy, dude. So then I tell my co-volunteer, I was like, hey, listen, I gotta take Dorothy to the side and explain what the rules of bingo are. Because everyone here is confused and they're all over 70. We can't have a confused room of 70-year-olds just hanging out when Dorothy's yelling bingo after every number. So I take Dorothy to the side and I was like, hey Dorothy, let's get our shit together. She's like, what? I was like, listen, the rules to the bingo are you can't yell bingo after every number. And so she was like really cool about it. Like Dorothy was like actually a really good person. She was like the perfect grandma that I wish I had. And so I was like, this is my chance to figure out what's wrong with my life. And this is why I'm volunteering. So I was like, Dorothy, and I explained the situation, 42 years of life, bullshit. And Dorothy looked at me, and she put her hand on my shoulder, and she's like, son, have you ever looked yourself in the mirror? I said, Dorothy, I've been on life for 42 years. Of course I looked myself in the mirror. And she's like, son, you've been looking in the wrong mirror. You're fucking ugly. I didn't know if I should be mad at Dorothy or like the whole emotional landscape that went through my head at that moment was like, should I be mad at Dorothy or should I take it as honest criticism that I'm fucking ugly? So I kept it moving. I wheelchaired her back to the bingo room. It's like, fuck you, Dorothy. Fucking bitch, dude. Trying to find answers and you're fucking with my mind, dude. Fucking bitch. So then my next assignment at the old people's home was to lead a game of shuffleboard. I'm really good at leading, but I'm really bad at finishing. So I'll start the game and then I'll never end the game. So everyone's all these old people are like, what the fuck, bro? And I'm like, there's an intermission because I found one dude in the fucking shuffleboard game that I was like, this guy's lived life, you know? He's fucked a lot of bitches. So I was like, maybe this guy has the answers to my fucking crisis. So I was like, hey, Hector, come over here, bro. So he took his cane and he walked over. And I was like, hey, I explained my situation. I was like, I'm 42, I'm fucking a loser, all this stuff. And he took his cane and he put his hand on my shoulder. And he's like, son, have you ever looked yourself in the mirror? I was like, yeah. And then he took his cane, he started poking at my stomach. And he's like, because you've been looking in the wrong mirror. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, dude, because you're fat and lazy. I was like, Hector, come on, bro. I thought we were boys. And so dejected and vulnerable at this moment, I was like, hey, I'm not gonna finish this game of shuffleboard, you fucking assholes, because your boy Hector's a fucking dick. And so you guys can figure this shit out on your own. And so I don't know how the game of shuffleboard ended, but I'm sure Hector fucking fucked some people. And so I was walking back into the old people's home, and there was a big ass mirror, right in front of me, the biggest mirror I've ever seen in my life. And I walked up to it, and I was really vulnerable and insecure at that time because of all the advice I got at this old people's home. And I just looked at myself in the mirror and I muttered to myself, I'm ugly, I'm fat, and I'm lazy. And I just hear everyone in unison. I turn my head to the left and everyone in unison from the bingo room yells bingo at the same time. That's all I got.